Now, today's a very, very special episode of On Purpose. Not only is it the first episode of season 3, not only am I sitting down with the one and only Will Smith, but today we're gonna dive in to the mind, the heart, and the soul of the man behind the movies and the music, and my dear, dear spiritual brother and friend. So, Will, with that, without any further ado, I just wanna say I am grateful, I'm humbled. I'm so happy to have spent so many special moments with you over the past year. This sounds romantic now. My wife's gonna get worried again. but I mean it, man.
She's like, you've been spending a lot of time with Will.
Yeah, she's never felt uncomfortable about my relationship apart from with me. The only time she's doubted me is like, oh, another trip with Will. That's what this time she came along.
We certainly have some pictures, waterfalls, glaciers.
Yeah. We definitely didn't even take all the pictures. But no, thank you, man. This is going to be special, and I'm just excited for us to serve together in this way.
No, this is fantastic. It's been a long time coming for us to sit down like this. For the people listening, it's probably been a year. We're running up on a year now, right?
Yeah.
It's like 10 months or something like that.
Yeah.
That I've been studying with Jay. I fell in love with the Bhagavad Gita. Jay and I have been spending time. We've been hanging. We've been traveling together. Jay has really been the catalyst for this next phase of my life. We have committed to one another in a brotherhood of service and support, and we've been. I guess we've been in the gym. We've been in the soul gym, working out for the past 8 months, and this is our first time, doing anything that's public facing. So I'm excited to talk about what we've been working on, and Jay's been working with my family pretty much every day. A new Smith starts to study with Jay.
Beautiful.
And also our teacher Radhanath Swami. So it's been a beautiful year. And I'm very excited to start talking to people about what we've been studying and learning and doing together.
Absolutely, man. And I also want to say too, I think it's rare where you get to sit down with someone that you've got to know intimately and closely. Mm-hmm. And also when you sit down, and I've probably watched, I'm trying to think, I think I've watched every interview you've ever done, over the years. Before I met you, when I met you, and I'm always talking to you, I'm like, oh, I remember you said this 5 years ago or 10 years ago you were saying this. And when I'm sitting down with you now, I'm thinking, I remember the first time I properly met you was at Willow's birthday a few years back. And everyone was wearing, it was Willoween. Yeah. So everyone was dressed in costumes and stuff. So I didn't even know it was you. Mm-hmm. And then you had like the Zorro kind of mask over your eyes. And so it was a big person. I was like, oh, maybe that's Will, maybe that's not. I didn't know. And then you lifted your mask off. And the thing I recognized you about from the moment I met you was just your ability. You have this unique ability to just be really present and kind and deeply there with everyone you meet.
Right. Well, thank you, man.
And I think that for, having met you in public arenas, whether it was the Bad Boys premiere and then in our personal meetings, as you were mentioning, you're just even better.
Well, thank you, man.
And I think that that's so hard to be when you're that good. But I remember that, and that was the hospitality Radhi felt with you, like that ability to care for each person walking in, the family aspect, making us feel welcomed and a part of it. That I just think that in today's world, that human aspect is what we're all missing.
I think that is a part of my DNA. Part of it from difficult aspects of my childhood. I grew up with violence in my home, so I developed, a really acute emotional sense out of defense. I just needed to make sure that my father was okay. I needed to make sure things were going well. And I just became really hypersensitive to emotional movement in a room as a defense mechanism. And then as I, grew and as I started to develop that, that heightened sense that started out as defense, as I settled down and, came into a deeper understanding of my power and my desires in the world, it was easier to connect to people in a loving way. It transferred easily from a defense mechanism to an ability to love and care for people.
That's amazing, though, that you were able to process it positively.
Yeah.
I feel like we're living at a time, we've talked about this before, that our childhood experiences form our adult desires.
Absolutely.
And I feel like now people are starting to hear that in the conversation where they're like, oh yeah, because this happened with my parents.
Yeah.
Now I feel like this.